Good morning. Welcome back to the Happy Scalp Adventures. Well, this morning it's going to be a little bit of a different video. We're doing a little bit of traveling over the next couple weeks, so there won't be any boat video. And this wonderful weather in Central Florida lately has just been absolutely horrendous, so it's hard to paint a boat or do anything like that. So the wife and I, say good morning.
Morning.
Today we're going to go to Merritt National Wildlife Refuge and just look around and see what's changed over the last few years, or what's new and what's old, and then maybe stop and get me a birthday present since that's coming up. If anybody's ever been to the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, that is a mouthful. Let me know. Leave a comment and tell me what you thought, if you liked it. If you don't like the fees that they charge nowadays, that's my text. Sorry about that. Throughout the day today, we're gonna go visit the other little remote areas and stuff, and see what we can come up with. Alrighty. All right, here we are, Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. This is the entrance coming out of Titusville, Florida, on Garden Street or Route 406. There's an overlook. We're going to go up there in a minute. And then a little information booth here. There's a little parking lot for you to get started in. A nice security officer stopped and checked on me a bit. Make sure I wasn't wandering around in the road drunk or something, who knows. Signage could definitely be replaced, I guess, about this point. All right, let's go inside and see. Hey, there's the wife. Refuge and seashore regulations. Permitted boating, fishing, hunting, hiking, biking, surfing, and dogs. Prohibited. Firearms, open flames, camping, and air thrust boats, so no airboats. For more information, you can contact these folks. Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge and Cape Canaveral Seashore. That's where Playa Linda Beach is. It's all the way out. We'll probably have to make that another day. Different wildlife. And this is pretty cool. This is a map of all the wildlife refuges in the United States, which is pretty awesome. See if there's anything around the back. Nope. All right, let's see what's on this side. Supposed to be some brochures and such there. They do charge a bit to get to part of the park, part of the refuge. This is Cape Canaveral Seashore. It's a big place. Goes all the way from Titusville, Cocoa, all the way up to New Smyrna Beach. If you want to know any, you can scan that QR code. Waterfowl regulations. I'll put these QR codes in the video. And the big game hunting regulations. I'll make sure I post those QR codes in the video. All right, let's go for a walk over here. This is pretty cool, nice little boardwalk. Let's go see what's up here. This refuge is a huge migratory bird route, and an area for wading birds. Wading gracefully on long legs through the shallow water or along the water's edge, these birds search for fish, frogs, insects, and other creatures. Each bird has a slightly different feeding technique, sometimes using its long bill as a probe, sometimes as a spear, and even as scissors. Quick as a wink, it has a meal. This is just, I don't know how many miles of roads that take you around through the refuge. I don't know if you can see it or not, but way over there is a car. They're probably out there fishing. And from here is a really good spot to watch launches, rocket launches, because that building in the background is the VAB, and then you can see the lightning poles, lightning rods from launch towers over here to the left. All right, let's go do a little more exploring. Go on a little bit of an extra adventure today. Yep, see, there's another car driving up into the, there's all kinds of little places. Look at the butterflies. Stephanie, that lives in Tennessee, would know exactly what all of these things are. I'll have to ask her, see if I can get them identified. So the Wildlife Refuge Visitor Center's entrance is about maybe a little more than 2 miles from the entrance there on 405 or 406 coming out of Titusville. So let's go see. Wow, things have really changed. Yeah, last time we were out here, this parking lot didn't exist, because they always desperately needed to upgrade the parking. Wow, they've done a nice job. Let's follow the arrows on the road, see where it leads us. Alright, let's get parked and I'll meet you inside. So they have a guided boardwalk stroll. There's a neat little boardwalk we'll take you on it back here behind the information center. Shows you a lot of different stuff. Oh, and it's sprinkling, so we may get wet in this process today too. This area is part of the Great Florida Birding Trail. You are visiting one of the gateway sites to on the Great Florida Birding Trail, Birding and Wildlife Trail. Here you can explore and discover the incredible natural beauty of Florida. There are hundreds of sites across the state to explore. Follow the signs to your next wildlife viewing adventure and experience all that Florida has to offer. It's pretty unique. You'll be driving down some of the roads around here and this little sign will be there, and then there's a little dirt path or something just off the little park, little wide spot in the road, and it's part of that trail. It's very extensive. Maybe one of these days we'll do as much of it as possible as we can. All right, let's go in. What do we got? Give them space. Talking about all the birds.
Hi.
Oh wow.
A big bird lady. My sister.
Very cool. Very nice.
Bunch of pretty cool exhibits in here. And it's pretty neat how they regulate the flood control of the wildlife ponds and that. It's a pretty simple system. Conduit pipe and 2x6s, and they can regulate the water all over this refuge, which is neat. There's raccoons trying to get to the turtle eggs. I think we might get wet, so we're gonna do a nice little short tour through here. Oh, look at the bobcat and the snake. Hello. Green sea turtle shell, they nest here on the beach every year. Alright, let's get us a little trail brochure. I'll see if I can take a couple pictures of this and get it posted. Or maybe a link to it on the video, in the video description. I'm still having a problem with that. Getting active links posted. I'm not real sure what I'm doing wrong, but we'll get it figured out. So it just tells about the firebush, all the different plants you'll find. I'll see if I can't get that posted. This has always been a beautiful little area, nice and quiet. Osprey is a large bird of prey, dark brown and white body and belly. I used to spend a lot of time out here. Beautiful little area, nice and peaceful and quiet. Oh, look at this. They've added a nice little natives garden, it looks like. Attract butterflies. Wow, this is nice. Nice little relaxing area. It's pretty cool. This little trail used to go, we'll see if it does today or not, all the way over to that little house over there, that little hut. Well, this part is all used to be all freshwater. This is a really neat refuge because you can walk along the little roads out on the refuge, and one side will be freshwater and one side will be salt water, and then you get to a pond where it is brackish water, a little combination of both. Oh, here comes another butterfly. That one looks like a monarch. They've done a very nice job of updating all of this. It used to be all wood. Wonder where it leads. Full of bug activity and a bunch of little fish. Beautiful representation of a freshwater pond here.
My name is Grace and I'm determined.
So this is the entrance to Bears Cove boat ramp and Haulover Canal here. Well, camera shut off right there for some reason, not real sure why. But this is the entrance to Bears Cove boat ramp. And there is Haulover Canal. We used to have a lot more access through here to get out and go fishing and stuff, but of course, the more people that mess with stuff and leave garbage around, the less you get to do. We'll go over here and park and hey, look at that, some manatees. Let's go park and go find us a couple manatees. It's a small little single boat ramp, but it's an awesome place to launch. You get access to Haulover Canal and the Indian River and the lagoon, and $10 fee to launch and park. Pay your fee there. I don't know what you're supposed to do if you don't have any cash on you. Just be prepared, that's all. Hey, look at that. We have a couple manatees out here playing around. And there's some over by the idle speed sign. There they are. Look at them. That's awesome. 2, 3, 4. That's Haulover Canal. And tide's pretty close to high. You can tell by the water line. Looks like a mama and a couple babies or something. That's incredible. That's nice to see. And then across the way there, it sounds like somebody backed their trailer up into a tree. Around here, you never know. We'll go over on that side in a minute. So Haulover Canal is pretty interesting. It was originally Haulover. It got its name because that's where back in the day the boats would go from the lagoon over to the Indian River, and they would haul over their materials from one side of the water to the other. There was not there was a solid road, there was solid land. There was not a actual canal, and I can't remember the date, I'll find it, but the Army Corps of Engineers came in, and it was originally, my understanding is, a bunch of some of the locals dug an area to make it passable, and then the Army Corps of Engineers realized how important the area was and came in and actually made it into a usable canal. Now big sailboats, you don't get commercial ships through here really, but you get all kind of pleasure boats and yachts and mega yachts even. There's some big ones come through here. There's a lift bridge over here. Man, the manatees are having fun, huh? Well, that's awesome. Yep. I don't know if any of you have ever been attacked by a manatee, but those tails are powerful. They're herbivores, but if you scare them, man, they do not like it. They will beat you. They'll beat a canoe, beat a kayak to you'll get away from it. Some of the old folklore, you know, you never know what's true or not, but there's a couple areas over here where a bunch of rum running and that type of stuff they would bring, because you're less than a mile to the beach, to the Atlantic Ocean from here, and they would bring ships with beaches. It would bring rum and tobacco and all kind of stuff they didn't want to pay taxes on, and bring it over and offload it into some boats in some of these little back channels and canals that are back here. I'll see if I can't put up a little map of the area. It's really interesting. It's changed a lot since then because they did a lot for flood control because of our giant mosquitoes, because originally this was called the Mosquito Coast, and I think Brevard County's original name was Mosquito County, and that doesn't give you very good welcoming, so I'm sure that's why it changed. You know, you don't want the tourists going, oh, we're going to Mosquito County. So yeah, we're going to go over to the other side and go for a little drive. There's a nice little kayak launch down at the end. One thing they do get cranky about around here is jet skis. They do not like jet skis in this canal. It's, if I'm my understanding, they are prohibited. So yeah, look at the little guys. I wish this thing had a zoom on it. It probably does, I just don't know how to use it. And you can see, so out by the slow speed minimum wake sign, you can see some water moving, and that's tails from the manatees moving around. And then same thing way over here, there's another pod of manatees in there moving around. They leave circles wherever their tails push them through the water. Man, I love this area. Awesome. Let's go over to the other side and take a look. If you want to launch your canoe or kayak from this side, this is a good little spot for that. Let's see what kind of boat we got coming here. Oh, nice Scout. You guys have been out fishing for the day. The canal kind of got a little side feeder canal over here on the left side here. Oh, we just startled a fish too. Coming up here is a little parking area where you can get out and walk down along the shore and fish, and also fish along the bottom of the lift bridge. Let's go take a look. I do have pretty strong opinion. And then this garbage, yeah, you can't have nice things anymore. People just don't care. So that's the lift bridge that operates for Haulover Canal. Not many lift bridges left anymore. Yeah, water's way up. Tide's pretty high, getting high. See all the little bait fish? You can see them in the water right there. Some big fish have been caught here. Redfish, black drum, some big trout. Black drum around here can get huge, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Get massive. And they are definitely a fun fight.
Quite a current.
Yeah, when the tide's changing, you get a little slack tide every time, but when the tide's moving, it moves through pretty fast. It comes out of the Ponce Inlet up in Daytona. But we could use one inlet closer. We could use another inlet about halfway between here and Ponce Inlet, because it would help with the water quality. It would help flush cleaner water through the refuge and through the north end of the lagoon and stuff. But there's evidence in old maps of where a natural area used to be, but it has since been closed off because of hurricanes and that kind of stuff. And there's been several senators and stuff try to get that reopened and reestablished, but it's too old and not enough people care.
What y'all doing?
Hey, look at that. We've got a stranger here that we happen to know.
Hold on, let me try this off.
One of my nephews.
Hi.
So we've got a Matthew, and then we've got a little Matt.
No.
I'm recording you.
Okay.
Have you checked out my channel yet?
I've seen a couple of things. I saw that boat you got.
Have you subscribed and liked?
I'm not sure.
You need to make sure you do. All right. Hey, Matt, how are you, sir?
Oh my gosh, hi.
Hi.
How weird is that? Like, we left and we came back and he's like, oh, I'm gonna stay here. It's like kismet that we're seeing you.
Yeah. I was like, I know that voice.
That's my nephew, Matthew, and his stepson, Matthew?
Yes.
Matt.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Good. Always got to give a hug. I love these boys.
Hi.
I must have been a
Oh, I
pretty good
miss you
uncle.
so
Must have done a good
much.
job.
I haven't seen you in forever.
Helping raise them.
It's been forever.
All right, we're going to spend some time with them talking and stuff, and we'll be back. All-over Canal, northwest all-over canal access. Fishing, kayaking, sightseeing, all kinds of cool stuff. And this is just on State Road 3 north of the Barge Canal, north end of Merritt Island. And they do pretty much shut down at dark. They don't want people here after dark. People enjoying themselves, doing a little bit of fishing on the sides. Yeah, these are Norfolk Island pines, I believe, or Australian pines. And this, Australian pines, so they're nice and fuzzy. And here is BK Adventure.
Bioluminescent tours. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that here soon. Nighttime, the water is lit up with little microorganisms that glow when you agitate them. Yeah, we'll have to look into that in the next week or so. fishing. Like I said, it's just a wide spot in the road. Okay, if you're out here, you have to stop at the manatee observation deck. Just across from the road we were just on, the little dirt road. But this is an awesome little place, especially when the manatees are out. And of course, there's always some little rules to follow. Manatees are protected, so there's no harassing or messing with. Here's a little story of how Haulover Canal became Haulover Canal.
I think he's over there.
There's a manatee right there. See the manatee down here? See him? Yep, he just went under.
Oh yeah, he's coming. There's one.
That was a fish. Okay, we're going to end the video here for today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. It all helps the channel. And we'll see you next week on the next adventure. Thanks.